So, however, previously, AD sir also told me to speak something about the teaching strategies, English teaching strategies. We everybody knows that teaching is not the everybody's cup of tea. Teaching is most complex task for the teachers, and we are all the teachers know it very well how tough it was, how tough it is, and how tough it will be in the future. So, some strategies I want to mention here. Strategies like students' individual needs. Different students has different needs and requirements, and we have to follow with the teachers. We have to follow up all those needs, either be online, either be offline mode, whatsoever. And then know the language of your content. Content language means whichever we are going to teach, language of this particular topics we should have to pull out, and then thereafter we have to explain in the before the students. And know your be aware of your students needs and know your students background, also most important elements for the teachers to know the students background, from which environment the students came. We know so multicultural, multilingual, and multi-sided personalities for the students having in themselves. So then thereafter, we are the teachers need to understand the students' ability, student attitude, student aptitude, and thereafter we have to follow the last and final step to the LSRW process. LSRW. L means L for stand for listening, S stand for speaking, R stand for writing, and those are the four elements we the teachers must have to follow, and especially my experience I have to follow those LSRW process. First of all, students have to listen whatever the teachers is explaining. We make them interested, we have to motivate them, and then after speaking we have to give the opportunities to the student to speak themselves for a particular topic or particular point. And then thereafter we have to give them reading, how to read. The reading skill also most important skill. If the student can't read properly, perhaps he can't talk in a well manner. And then thereafter writing skill also most important things, for which we have to maintain some communication, written communications, and all those LSRW process we have to follow up whenever we enter the classroom. And after entering the classroom we have to follow some steps. We know that for the phase of the teachings there are many phases, only three phases are there: pre-active phase, post-active phase, and interactive phase. Pre-active phase means preparation, lesson planning itself. Whenever we are going to teach the student, then thereafter we have to prepare the lesson plan with pen and paper, and then thereafter, because the class will be for the 40 minutes or hours, 1 hours, within hours we have to finish. Then we have to prepare for the particular plan for short time, for a short moment, in order to give the good and clear explanation to the student. And then and thereafter we have to come interactive phase. Interactive phase means explanation into the classroom after entering the classroom. And pre-active phase, before entering the classroom, teachers have to be ready for themselves. That teachers, who is the best teachers, if we ask some educationalist or educational psychologist, they will must reply that the teachers who always plan before entering the class, he will be the best teachers, and who can able to solve the student problem. And we have to, while in the classroom transaction, we have to make effective and creative, and make laughy, so the student can sometimes they laugh, they can enjoy the class. If we feel them boring, they can't memorize anything, because from the multi-sided personalities are there in the diverse classrooms. In the inclusive education systems, it is also given in our India. So then thereafter we have to come the post-active phase of the education teaching. Post-active phase means after the at the last position, at the ending time of the class, then the teacher summarized all, and then try the feedback and give them some homework. So That's okay. And during the COVID positions, our schools, those who are which are the secondary level of the school from 9, 10, 11, 12 standards students, they have to attend the school with the way of rotation. It means today 9 and 10 and tomorrow 11 and 12. And the teachers also divided into two groups for day wise. They make the routine. By this way, in India is going to perform the teaching learning process in the field of education. So, sir, that's okay. I am very pleasure and happy to get a chance to say something here in the meeting. And lots of thanks. I am very happy to get such a question. Very happy to get the question from the Masri Lalahi. Yeah. Point, I understand perhaps the point of the question Masri Miss asked me students about the students' background, how I can navigate the classroom whenever the students come from the multi-sided background, various background, family status or social systems can be multi-sided. Am I right, madam? Those students who are coming from the multi-sided background, how can you navigate them? Am I right? So that's okay. So students who came from the multi-sided background, we have to choose them. Those who are the different ideology and different thinking and their styles of understanding is different. Then thereafter we have to make the group. We have to make the group. So grouping, group learning, that is peer group. And this peer group also help the students too much. And I have to go class in while in classroom transaction, while in the classroom transaction at this particular time I have to give them some groups this work and for this group another work. I hope that the madam will be satisfied for the answer of this question. Sorry, 30 is to 1 for 30 teachers for 30 student 1 teachers in Indian in Assamese police in the policy of educational policy of Assam for 30 student 1 teachers for each 30 students for 1 teachers. And then thereafter for class wise. So for a groups for a peer groups need to be 7, 8 or 9 or 10. We have to make them 5 groups also or 3 groups also for 30 students in each group containing the 10 members. And whoever the most, and we also know that in the students they have 3 categories. Some are the fast learner, some are the slow learners, and some are the average learners. In these aspects, we also make another groups. So if we make the group, their collaborative teachings and their communication and their improvement will shortly will be done. I hope to the answer of your question. Yes, sir. Academic directors are very happy to get these questions, and the class should be the student center. It never be a teacher center. I understand the first question of you, and the second question I can't understand because the sound also problem herein. So you can ask the second question what you wanted to ask, please. Yes, sir. The academic director told me that the question some are the fast learners who are the higher IQ, and some are the slow learners who are struggling to get some their requirable knowledge. Am I right, sir? So how can I maintain and navigate them? So yes, that is the short question. So very good, sir. Those who are the fast learners in the class, only 3% and 2% students are the fast learners, and most of our classes are the average learners. So maybe sometimes all the class should be the fast learners, maybe. Then thereafter, who are the fast learners? Among them, we have to choose them particularly. We have to give them the higher task and over task. If you give them over task and play with methods and other methods, we have to apply in the classroom to improve his better than the slow learners. and whose IQ is higher, more than 80, then we have to consult with the head of this institution, and, and the local authority, district authority, and state authority, that his high IQ is genius students. Then thereafter we have to the government himself, he will guide. We have to send them. We have to consult them, and the students who are the low IQ or above IQ. And you asked about low IQ. Those who are the low IQ students, then we do them a special activities, a special work, that is playway method or learning by doing methods with their group wise. We have to perform this way. So I hope that the answer of your group is.